Welcome everyone, you are tuning into Engaging Walk. My name is Drake.
And my name is Rubie.
And this is our California road trip where we took Boba the Corgi, our dog, along with us on a fantastic trip all throughout California. So for those of you who do not know, Engaging Walk podcast is all about going on engaging walks with your spouse or your significant other. It's all about couples and building those relationships through going on walks and discussing important topics together.
So for this trip, we start from San Diego all the way to Yosemite National Park, and we get to stop through 7 cities. And as you can see, the landscape change and all the beautiful scenery from California state. From this video, you will hear a lot of travel tips from us and how to travel with pets and all the experience throughout 7 cities. And we cannot wait to share with you all the spots.
Yep, so just like my wife said, we left our home in San Diego and our first stop was in Malibu, California. So this is part of our first day of our trip. So Malibu is a really important place for us. It's one of those areas that we went to early on in our relationship, and it was a road trip. So we knew from spending the whole day together that our relationship had a lot of potential. So of course, a year and a half later, as a married couple, we wanted to come back. We're traveling north, and now we have Boba with us. So we wanted her to experience it as well. And as you can see, Malibu is a beautiful place. It's got stunning beaches, awesome mountains, and the water was just like really, really intense that day. So if you're in the area, I highly recommend taking your dog to Leo Carrillo Beach. It is a dog-friendly beach, and you might see some surfers, you might see some dolphins, and just the scenery is amazing. And of course, Boba loved being able to go out, take a potty break, and enjoy the scenery, get to run around. And of course, right over here, as you can see, this girl is a happy girl. She is so much fun to travel with, and of course my wife is too. Now make sure that you guys subscribe so that we can continue making more content. We love making this content for you guys and showing you all the wonderful places where we go on our engaging walks.
So by now, Boba was 7 months old, and she just came for a road trip. You can see she was lively, happy, and for traveling with pets, we recommend to stop more often and give them breaks, because that's a chance for them to explore the area, get used to with new environment. And especially for Boba, we recognize that she have anxiety. Even though she loved the place, but she will have some behavior to show that she is anxious about new place. So we think stopping by the beach, let you know, check out the sand, the ocean, and get to know all the dogs. And you can see that she has so much fun. And yeah, so for us, we recommend staying with more stops so you get refreshed, and also for her too.
Yeah, so as you can see right over here, she's loving this experience. She's loving the place that we had so much connection to and sharing it with her. And if you're traveling, you have to go onto Expedia, like how I did, and you just filter through pet-friendly locations. So we traveled up to Santa Barbara, California.
Since day 2, we visited Santa Barbara. As you can see, it's so beautiful and scenic. This is my first time ever in Santa Barbara, so we spent pretty much half day there. The water was so clear, you guys, and unfortunately I didn't bring my swimsuit, otherwise I would jump right in. And here we are in Stern Wharf.
It was a beautiful day, so we spent the day over there. As you can see, Boba's loving it. She's having a great time. You have plenty of people out cycling, having a great time, just enjoying the weather. So we got lunch over at Stearns Wharf. We had seafood. It was awesome. And then we made some more traveling throughout the city and checked out State Street. And this is a place that I would highly recommend if you have pets with you, or especially dogs. And you can go through this outdoor mall that you have over there. There's lots of shops, lots of places where you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner. And it has a really old, like, Spanish feel to it. It seems like it was definitely like an old Spanish town, and it maintains that vibe to it. And it's a very relaxing vibe.
And if you're a coffee drinker, this is also a great place to go there, because they have great coffee shops there as well.
Yeah, as you can see outdoor over here, it's a great place to bring your dog. It's a great place to enjoy the day, walk around, and enjoy the different sights. We highly recommend you check out Santa Barbara. As we travel further south to go back to our hotel, I want to make sure you guys subscribe, but we definitely don't recommend going to Summerlin Beach. We did go, but it wasn't until we got down there that we can really smell like the oil and gas smell that seemed to be coming from the offshore drilling that was going on over there. One place that we really would recommend, however, is Solvang, California. And this is the Danish capital of America. And as you can see, it is really quite stunning.
Well, since we're here, we need to check in Solvang. Come on. Hi. There you go, Solvang in the background.
Danish capital of America.
Yeah.
So this was my first time in Solvang, but this was not Rubie's. She has been there before.
Yeah, the reason I want to introduce, we stopped by because I want to introduce Solvang with Drake and Boba. And the shops, they are so well decorated and very Danish and European style.
There were so many Danishes and so many pastries for us to go through, and I love pastries. This really brings you back to Europe, and it has that really fresh bakery feel to it. The town has just so much freshness to it, so much life, and a lot of people that are there to get like these really famous able skewers, Danish foods that were really, really quite delicious. It was my first time having an able skewer, and I loved it. And as you can see, Boba was over here like, hey, let me get one. And then this was really delicious. It had like jam, it's like a fried donut almost, and it was beautiful.
It was not that sweet at all. And here you can see like they have different shops here. This is a shoe shops. Definitely it's a cute one for you to check out. And look, Boba found her shoes. Good morning, Boba! Here we are in Solvang, California.
Yeah, we're here in Solvang. It's a very Danish town. We got Hamlet Square and Copenhagen Street.
Yeah, we're excited.
Boba rolling around in the dirt.
Oh, she's feeling it. Yes.
On the ground.
Goodness, Boba, get up.
They even had horses in the street. It was really interesting to see. But as we kept going through the town, we just spent the day there relaxing. Again, taking lots of breaks throughout our road trip, making sure that we're getting fresh air, that we're stepping outside the car and stretching our feet out.
And in Solvang, you can see that it's just so well constructed and decorated like Europe. And so we spend like half of a day just walk around the town and feeling it and enjoy our pastry on the road. And Boba have a good time. She just checking out things. And here's a coffee shop, one of the shops that we get coffee for the road.
Yeah, we are definitely coffee people. And we just want to give you guys one last look at this scenery. It's really beautiful. And after that, we got on the road and we are finally heading over to Yosemite.
Woo! For me, I was so excited. I thought, oh, I'm already in Yosemite, but guess what? It's not. It's just not even an entrance. But the scenery, the atmosphere, and even like I can smell the trees. It's so refreshing and so good.
There's Boba. Hey, sweetie.
Woo-hoo. We are here in Yosemite. So check out this view right over here. Got Half Dome in the distance. I think so. And we are heading on our way down to Yosemite Valley. We should be there probably in about 20 minutes or so, I'd say. This is Drake and Rubie from Engaging Walk. One of the things that we found that's really surprising about Yosemite right now is that if you see here, this doesn't do it justice because on the way up to Yosemite Valley, a lot of these trees got burned down.
If you look down over there, there's, you don't see the trees over there. See, they all burned down.
All the way in the distance, yeah, a lot of the trees got burnt down in fires.
These are areas that, it's not covered with the rest.
Got this view for you guys right over here. That is something. What do you think about the view?
Beautiful.
It's so amazing and it never ceases to amaze how just breathtaking Yosemite is. So when you're coming through the tunnel, just the spectacularness of the Yosemite Valley. And over here we got this raven. This raven is like about the size of Boba. And she's just like, arf, arf, like trying to instigate with him. And I was just like, Boba, this raven will pick you up and fly you away to its nest. So yeah, just feel free to take that in. You even see the heart-shaped cloud over there. It's like being in a painting. It's like nothing else. And we are just so fortunate that we get to experience this in our own backyard here in California. So over here you got El Capitan, you got Half Dome, and then you got the Bridals Veil. And over in this section, as we got deeper into the valley, we found some parking. It's a beautiful areas, lots of areas down there where you can have picnics, where you can do some just light hiking. And for us, we're trying to take it easy, so we hung out over here by this creek that Boba absolutely loved.
So this is another restroom break for Boba, and just for us to refresh. And the water temperature caught her by surprise. It was so cold, but this girl is like went right in and start investigate all the water, rocks, all the green things around it, and we have to like almost keep an eye on her because she could swim away with the water. So one thing that we love about this area is that you can just pick a place everywhere, anywhere, and just zone out and just observe the beauty of the nature.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even here you'll see I'm always caught off guard at how just adventurous this girl is. And over here it was just, so picturesque to be able to enjoy this beautiful landscape with your family, with our dog, and to be able to relax, take off our shoes, put them in the creek, and just enjoy nature. And I highly recommend it. I love that this experience we got to share as a family, and it's one that we hope to repeat. And maybe I like to think that Boba's adventurous spirit comes from me and Ruby, because again, it's just so amazing to be able to do these experiences together and experience the landscape. And we wanted to share this, the beauty of nature with you guys here.
So for Yosemite, you can just take it in a different way, as you can tailor it to your style. A lot of people you can see people in Yosemite Falls, they take their bikes out and just bike around the valley, the falls, and just take their time to look. Or you can just camp out there and hike. But for us, we just want to take it easiest way, because we travel with her with a pup and we don't know how she's going to respond to new environment. So this is a view from our window, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And then we take a easiest way. We just enjoy more views from Yosemite Valley and all the beautiful. This is a El Capitan from afar, and it was just magnificent.
And you also got over here Yosemite Falls, and Yosemite Falls is a hike that I've done before. It honestly takes about like 7 hours or so to get to the top, and it takes about another 3 or 4, so that's a whole day's trip getting up to Yosemite Falls. But definitely recommend it if you're up for a more arduous and difficult hike. But we were, like Ruby was saying, we were just there to relax and enjoy the scenery, have picnics, and just enjoy our time together.
So yeah, for Yosemite, it's really fit for those who want a lot of adventures on the trip. So make sure that you prepare for multiple hikes. Like you will hike a good amount to the location, and before you really hike up to that spot. For example, like Drake mentioned that he had to have to park the car, find a place to park the car, and then go into Yosemite Fall. And this is a part where I feel very sad, because a big part of the park got burned down because of a fire a couple years ago, and it's hard to them for recover. It's just sad.
Mm-hmm. We're on our way back to our campground at this point, and there's lots of people. You can see lots of different campsites in Yosemite Valley. However, we decided to camp out in Wawona Campground, which is about, I'd say, like an hour or about 40 minutes drive south from Yosemite Falls or the Yosemite Valley area. But for us, this is a great campground, and we had a fire. It's a very simple campground, as you can see, but we love that like natural aspect of being out in nature and seeing the stars and enjoying that time together.
So if you want to have your own campfire and place that less crowded, well, walnut campground will be the one, and this have more availability throughout the years than compared to those that in Yosemite Valley.
Hey everyone, this is Drake and Rubie. We're with Engaging Walk Podcast, and we made it. We're all the way over here at Sequoia National Park.
Yes! Yay, we're here! We made it! Woo! Whew! It's so high up. It's beautiful.
It is really, really high up. We are at 7,000 feet, which is a good 2,000 feet higher than it was at Yosemite. So on the road, you're doing a lot of climbing on the vehicle. There's lots of little spots on the road where you're gonna have to make way. But don't worry, they have lots of road crew and lots of traffic help along the way to make sure that you guys are nice and safe. As you can see in the footage, it is really, really high up over here in Kings Canyon National Park. So as we make our way through, it's just a beautiful experience. As you can see, the sequoia trees are just tall, magnificent, and they're ancient. Some of these trees are like 1,000 years old, and it's a wonderful experience to see them up close and personal. You can smell, you can really be up close. And as you can see right here, Ruby is just absolutely shocked. She's like, it's huge.
Yeah, that is something that I kept mentioning to Drake. It's huge. It's huge. And if you pay attention to the video, I holding a stick with a normal size just to show you how big the other sequoia tree is. And they just amazed. It's just amazing to see those trees up high. Even though some of them got damaged by fire, but they're still standing.
Mm-hmm. So as we make our way through the pathway, it's a really nice area where you can just like park your car, and then you can get out, and it's like I said, everything's up close and personal in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. It's not like Yosemite where everything's like really far off in the distance, and then you gotta go like hike all the way to a hiking spot. Over here, you park. It's a short walk. Also, make sure that you guys subscribe to our videos. We really want to make sure that we make more for you guys, and that's how we know that you guys are liking them. So as we make our way through this tree trunk, this fallen sequoia tree, it's like a really surreal experience to be able to actually go through a sequoia trunk, and you can only really do this over in Kings Canyon. So as we make our way through, we also want to let you guys know about where we stayed, because we weren't camping this entire time.
So Fresno is the city between these two some national parks, and the Fresno offer a lot of good spots for hotel, and the price is really reasonable. I remember we stayed at the Spring Hill, and I think another one is a Marriott, and it just offers us a good rest, especially when we have a long day in these two national parks. And especially with Boba too, she loves these hotel. And since you head out early to on the road again, those hotels, they offer good breakfast, so you got covered.
Yeah, and as you can see over here, the sequoia tree, you make your way on the other end, you can see the roots, and the roots for the sequoia trees just go much, much deeper than normal trees, and that just helps them allow them to grow into being these huge, magnificent trees that are just really, really wide. And then we also learned some interesting things as we were there about sequoia trees and how they grow.
So for the sequoia still growing, the top of the tree is still pointy, but when it's mature, the top will become flatter, and that is where the tree trunk become wider and wider and wider. And that's why I think that's how the root system plus the tree that help the sequoia sustain to harsh weather.
Yeah, and as you can make your way through this area, you can just start seeing more and more of these trees. Some of them have been hit by lightning, burnt. Some of them are hollowed out. As you can see here, this like one is either like split or there's like two of them. It's kind of confusing, but actually might look actually like split. But in any event, you see tons and tons of these trees all throughout this area, and it's so unique that they're at this high elevation too. And we're making our way over to go see the second tallest tree in the park, the third tallest in the world, which is the General Grant over here in Kings Canyon National Park.
So for by this time, I'm already know how to, look out for those sequoia, those other tree. And here we are going to Sequoia National Park. Now at this park is more windy, and you can see more sequoia coming up compared to Kings Canyon.
Yeah, that's much more winding road. You're starting to drop down in elevation as you're going through Sequoia National Park. But again, you're going to start seeing a lot of these trees that have been hit by lightning, trees that have endured fires, and we are making our way through. It's a long journey, but it's definitely really well worth it. And actually, in some parts of the Sequoia area in this part of the national park, there's areas where you can stop for food. There's areas that you can stop for restaurants even. And there's even spots that have Wi-Fi. Much of these parks you're not going to have much in terms of like cell phone reception, but they do have some pockets of areas over here where you can stop over at a little like cottage and get something to eat, catch up on your Wi-Fi, and make your way through the journey. And as we're going through here, we are going up to the tallest tree in the park, which is General Sherman. But before that, we found this girl. Her name is Sandy the squirrel. She's over here in this little corner over here. Where is she at? She's gonna pop up soon. And there she is. That's Sandy the squirrel. Really, really fun to make sure that we get to capture all the wildlife as we go through the park. And then here it is, General Sherman, the tallest tree in the park. Second tallest in the world, next to Hyperion, which I think is up in the Redwoods area. So it's huge, huge tree. And by this point, we were like really exhausted. So we didn't go all the way down, but right over there, that's General Sherman. It's surrounded by people. It's got its own little gate or its own little fence and everything. And we thought that this view was sufficient after our long journey. Again, we were really tired. But over here, you can see a little bit more information that the park provides on how the U.S. Cavalry guarded and secured the Sequoia National Park. And this was right after the American Civil War, so that's why these two trees are named after the American Civil War generals from the Union, General Sherman and General Grant. So over here, you can just exactly see how huge this tree is.
Yeah, I love the thoughtful when people put it in. So behind me, there is a huge circle that is the General Sherman's trunk. It is huge. And I love this is coming into the end of our trip, our journey. And one thing I love about going to this trip is that I thought I used to be like a beach girl, but now after going to the forest, it just gave me a deep love for forest and the seeing magnificent, the creation of, those sequoia is amazing, and I just wonder. And I love how we spend time and make effort for us and for Boba to get to know each other in a different level and create memories.
Yeah, I think that those memories, and as you go through these parks and you see tons of families, and all these families are making these unique and amazing memories together. And I think that's like what being a family is all about, is exploring, visiting new places, and learning more about each other and learning about the world together. And it's something that I'm just super proud that we were able to do and able to document and share with you guys. So with that, give us a like, give us a subscribe, a comment, and we'd love to make more of these videos for guys. This is Drake and Rubie from Engaging Walk Podcast.
And we're signing out. See you guys. Bye.